He's one of the senators that Republicans will look to as they reach across the aisle to see if they can work with Democrats to get something done over the next 2 years. It's our privilege to bring on Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia, who made a special sacrifice for us, Elizabeth.
Yes, I hear that you had, Senator. Good morning to you. I heard you had an extraordinary opportunity to be at the launch, but you're with us.
I'm with you. That's exactly right. Well, we have votes too at 10 o'clock, but I'm still with you. That's the most important thing.
Well, all right. We appreciate your time here. If we could just quickly pick into your expertise and opinion here on the grand jury's decision not to indict in the Garner case, the chokehold death here in New York. What is your opinion of that?
There's something wrong. There really is, and I understand it. And like I said, the policemen and the cops and the professionalism that they have should be your friend. You should be looking at them to protect you. Your friend, they're there to assist, they're there to keep order. And when something goes wrong, we should be looking and finding out what's going right in other parts of the country. I can't speak. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't speak on the legal matters here. It's just horrific. I know that police are trained professionals. I have all the respect in the world for them. But on the other hand, these are horrific situations to where people lose their lives. And I can't imagine a parent losing a child or someone losing their life like this. I'm sure it wasn't intended.
Right. Are you comfortable with the mayor's tone and the president's tone and the attorney general's tone yesterday? You think that makes things better or worse?
You know, basically, you have to have faith in the system. You really have to have. It's the greatest system on the earth. And people, the rule of law basically makes us different than any place else in the world. With that being said, it's not perfect, and we've got to make sure that we are tolerant, but we have to make sure also that people are well trained, cameras, whatever it would take. But the bottom line is every locality is responsible. It's not going to be all governed out of Washington. I don't think the Founding Fathers ever intended for this country to be run out of Washington on the day-to-day basis or minutia. I really don't.
So, and there you focus on the state's role here, really taking a look at what's in the realm of their responsibility. Speaking of, there are reports that say that you're eyeing a return to the governor's seat. What can you tell us?
Well, let me just say this. I want this place to work. I've been here 4 years now. I came after the death of Robert C. Byrd, my dear friend and our unbelievably beloved senator. And I made a decision to leave the governorship 2 years early, thinking I could bring, hopefully, some little bit of common sense from West Virginia, which I'm so proud that we have so much common sense. But with that being said, the place hasn't worked for 4 years. I want it to work. So if I can make a difference and help bring the place to some type of workable order, I'm happy to do that. If not, and I see it's not going to do anything but same old, the politics we've had in the past, then I'll make that decision.
Well, the president coming out with his executive order on immigration, for many people, has begun on the wrong foot and poisoned the well. And now there's been a reaction. Governors, the seats used to hold, Governor-elect Abbott has moved forward, says 17 other states are joining him in suing to stop the president's executive order about making 5 million illegals legal.
What I think about that, Brian, is this. First of all, what the president did, he followed the piece of legislation that was passed overwhelmingly bipartisan. It was put together by 4 Democrats and 4 Republicans that I respect immensely. I voted for it because the most important thing, it secured the borders. We put more effort to secure the borders than ever before in any piece of legislation I've ever seen or voted on. With that being seen, it made them pay their taxes. It made them become law-abiding citizens, pay a fine for breaking the law. It gave a pathway that we could start being realistic at how we handle this. And with all that being said, what I disagree with the president is basically he should have recognized that there was a big shift. The election basically spoke loud and clear. The people wanted change. And he should have said, I've heard you loud and clear. Now, with that being said, I've still got to do my job. And what we're going to do is, here's the order that I'm following along, a bipartisan bill. This law will take effect, or this order will take effect, either March 1st or April 1st, which gives the voice of the people, the new Republican majority coming in, a chance to either work with the lame duck president that we have, or the new incoming Republicans. Give them a chance. All we're asking for is vote on the bill. But with that being said, I think rushing it and doing it and bringing it to fruition that quick really got people fired up, and I understand.
I want to refresh everyone's memory here. You have a quote about the president in Time magazine. You said this: there's an old saying my grandmother would say, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. People just don't believe he cares.
It's just, I think it's just the appearance or the perception. And, you know, people need to know you feel their pain. They need to know that basically you know where they're coming from. You know how difficult their lives are. how concerned they are about education, how concerned they are about the changing of America. And is it for the best? But basically, you know, we had problems on the border. And, you know, we can't be the child care center for the world. We can't be the law enforcement center for the world. What we can do is basically keep America strong, that we can help people out of compassion. And if they don't feel that your leader has that compassion and doesn't come across compassionately, it's just another speech, it's hard to basically get through. And my grandmother, beloved Mama Kay, she used to say, Joe, don't worry, people really don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So it better come from the heart. And if people don't feel that, and I think that could be a little bit of a problem, and seems to be.
I think we're better off if you guys get something done in the Senate, and you ladies, and you stay in the Senate. This way, you continue to work across party lines. Senator Joe Manchin.
I'm ready to do something, Brian. And I've reached out to my friends and my colleagues on the Republican side. I said, let's get something done. Don't make the mistake that we made as the Democrats.
Well, that's certainly great to hear. It is. Senator, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And choosing us over the launch. Wow, what an honor.
At least watch us as we watch the launch together. Thanks so much, Senator.
Sure thing, Brian. See you.